Hello, folks. My name is the Bergs, and this is called Anatomy of a Guitar Riff. A guitar riff is a sequence of notes that makes up a melody or a hook in a song which everybody remembers. And the bottom line is this: I'm going to be doing this episode about one of my original guitar riffs, which eventually led to an original song which I composed with one of my former bands. The song is called Brown River. And that song will be on a different video. But before we can get into that video, we have to get into the anatomy of the riff, the genesis of the riff, how it came to be. Well, sometimes, folks, when you play a musical instrument and all you do for your main hobby is you play a musical instrument, that's all you do. So when you sleep at night, when you dream, your subconscious comes out. And what do we dream about normally, people? We dream about what we do in real life. So if you like going to football games, baseball games, you're probably going to dream about that. It's just the way it is. If you're a piano player, that's all you do is you play the piano day in, day night. You're going to dream, you probably will have a dream about playing the piano. If you're an artist or a painter, and that is your life's work, that is your main hobby, that is your obsession, you're going to dream about that at some point in your life. Well, I've been playing the guitar since 1993. But I played the piano. I took piano lessons for 2 years when I was 10 through 12. So I have a history of music and music theory. So you could say that music is a big part of my life. It's a part of my DNA. It is a part of my soul, my heart and soul. So occasionally, it doesn't happen too often now, but many years ago, when I would go to sleep at night, I would dream, when I used to sleep very soundly, and occasionally I would dream of a melody or a riff, which would just come into my head during my dream. And this particular one that came into my head during a dream was in around 1998. I didn't have a cell phone back then. I was 25 years old. Didn't have a cell phone back then. When you went to bed back then, folks, you went to bed. You didn't go to bed with your smartphone, and you just went to bed. But luckily, because I had a little studio set up in my bedroom. I did have a tape recorder. And occasionally, things like this would happen, where I would dream about music. Sometimes it was lyrics. Sometimes I would dream about I'd be on stage singing, and I would have these lyrics in my head. I'd wake up and I'd jot them down, or I'd hum the melody or whatever into my tape recorder. And that's very hard to do. You have to be a very disciplined person to be able to wake up, to make yourself wake up. When you know you're dreaming, but yet you still force yourself to wake up. So the bottom line is this. On this particular evening, early morning, back in circa 98, maybe 99, I don't know, it was a long time ago. 20 years ago, let's just say 20 years ago, folks. I was sleeping, sound asleep. And let me just tell you, some of the greatest rock and roll riffs, or one of the greatest of all time, came to a man when he was sleeping. And who was that man? I'm not going to play the riff because I'll get a third-party copyright. But that man was Keith Richards in 1965. 64 or 65. And he got that riff. You know, you all know the riff. I'm not even going to hum it, because that will get me a copyright for the song Satisfaction. Okay? Go look it up if you don't know it. But they didn't, I don't even know if they had tape recorders back then in the mid-60s. Obviously, they probably did. He woke up and he hummed it. And he went back to bed. Well, that's the same thing that I did. This was in 1998 or 99. And I was sound asleep. And I just kept on in my sleep. Total REM sleep, rapid eye movement. I was sound asleep. And I came up with this melody that I kept on repeating in my head that went something like this. Do 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 So, what did I do? I kept on repeating that in my dream. So I woke up, I hit record on the tape recorder machine, and I went do 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 do. Hit stop, went right back to bed. And I didn't even really play around with it for like to the next weekend or something. So I was working, you know. And yeah, no YouTube back then, no social media really. So when I finally got around to it, I listened to it. And then I figured it out. Do 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 do. And that became an intro riff from one of the songs I wrote in my former band, Rose Colored Glasses. my ex-wife sang in. And we had a full-fledged band, folks. We did over 100 gigs out here in Seattle. 2004, 5, 6, around that time. But when I finally got around to writing this song, it was actually, well, I already came up with the riff when I was sleeping. And then I learned how to play it. But I didn't write the song until about 2 years later, which will come in a subsequent video. The song is called Brown River. But the riff, the song is centered around the riff, which in most music, songs are centered around a riff. A riff is R-I-F-F. Look it up. So I was looking around for the notes. Because if you can hum something, if you're a musician, basically the rule of thumb is if you can hum it, you can play it. So you find that key. Do 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 do. Now just looking around, the fretboard. D, no. E, no. Oh, C. C. Do. And this is what I finally came up with.